Well, Director of the Bahamas Crisis Center, Sandra Dean Patterson, suggests Senior Pastor Emeritus of Grace Gospel Church, Evangelist Rex Major, is not seeing the complete picture when it comes to marital rape. Her comments on the heels of Major's suggestion this past Sunday that women may abuse marital rape legislation as a way to divorce a husband they no longer want. Dean Patterson says she has great respect for Major as a pastor and that his wife was also a strong volunteer for the Crisis Center. She added, though, that while families are a critical component to the health of the country, it can be more complex.
I think he doesn't see the dark side of families, the terror and the pain that too many women live in toxic relationships. Over the years, you know what we've seen with the violence that women have experienced as a result of violent husbands. That is a reality. And it's something that we can't keep closing our eyes to and denying. It is something women end up in the doctor's office having to have stitches as a result of the violence, having gotten STIs, even HIV, as a result of husbands forcing them. They know they've come from a sweetheart and forcing them to have sex with them. These are real issues.
Dean Patterson insists too many women live in fear of sexual violence, so the reasoning that someone may lie is not a big enough one for inaction.
But the point he makes, he's right when he says that people lie. People do lie. You know, I mean, people lie in cases of murder, in cases of robbery, in cases of assault. That's why we have legislation that deals with persons who lie, perjury, or who would maliciously or falsely mislead the police. There are consequences to things like that. So I know that's a big fear that people have with regard to passing any legislation that criminalizes this kind of behavior. But it's not a fear that people need to have, because our system addresses it. I think our concentration has to be on how, as a country, we are in fact not dealing with the issue of sexual violence.